It's 67 words long, it's 100 years old, and it changed the course of history for the Middle East and the Jewish people. The Balfour Declaration, the expression of the British government's support for a Jewish home in Palestine, was sent by British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to the second Lord Rothschild. I'm here in Buckinghamshire at Waddesdon Manor to speak with the fourth Lord Rothschild about the Balfour Declaration, what it means for Britain, for the Jewish people and the Rothschild family.
Friends, it's Nick back again. I'd like to call myself Nick, your average Joe named Nick. And why I say that, and why I bring up, what was that, average Joe named Nick? Well, what I really believe is that the Zionist movement, or at least elites in general, they're afraid of people waking up. You know, just your average Joe, you know, from poor to upper middle class, relatively wealthy people. When they wake up to the fact of what's going on and how they're manipulated, well, then things change. And that's why they're so afraid of your average Joe and Jane waking up. And one point I'd like to bring up is that before I spoke about World War I and World War II, you know, World War I taking out the Ottoman Empire, World War II, the rise of Hitler. But with that, I have to say that there was a prime directive coming from the Zionist quarter, both Christian and Jewish Zionists. And this prime directive was to create a Jewish homeland. And if you look at history, if you truly look at history, you could see that this is the blood red cord that runs through history, through modern history, and perhaps some of ancient history. But to create this Jewish homeland, well, back again, World War I, World War II, you know, if you look at it from that perspective and this prime directive, people like Chaim Weizmann owned people like whores like Churchill, where he wouldn't even compromise with Hitler, you know, because Hitler was offering peace agreements, and he wouldn't take it. And once you look into history, even at a cursory level, you could see how the blood, what I would call the blood red cord, and this prime directive that the Zionists had, both Christian and Jewish, of creating the Jewish homeland, that, you know, permeates history. And bring it up to a more modern time would be 9/11. And that would be after the creation of this state, the Zionist state. I don't even like to use the term Israel, because I don't even think there is an Israel. But that aside, this prime directive runs through it, and 9/11 was to maintain it, to maintain the state they created, because it's just totally unjust. When you look at it, what they do, they said, I want to come into your house, I want to take it over, I'm going to live in all the rooms, but you can live in a basement somewhere. Basically, that's what they told the Palestinians. They did that through might, and in their eyes, right makes might, you know. But it doesn't really matter. Might makes right, right makes might. You know, it's still might, that and brutality and brute force that created the state. So it was unjust, and the 9/11 to them was to maintain it, to create the war on terror, to implicate the Palestinians and the Muslim world in general, and you know, on many levels. You know, oil resources in Afghanistan, the lithium and pipelines going through there. You know, there's a lot involved. the banking cartel, financial sector, military-industrial complex. But always keep in mind this prime directive, this thing that runs, this cord that runs through history, right up to the present day. So 9/11, was one thing about that. It woke a lot of people up. It woke me up. Basically, before that, I was kind of apolitical. But it's a double-edged sword, because once more and more people say, "Wow, they pulled off 9/11," and it's an inside job, and Israelis were involved. We had the dancing Israelis. They were arrested. 150 other Israeli spies, and they were let go. The FBI just let them go. So anyway, you start seeing a pattern, and you say, "Wow, this happened here in my lifetime. Let's look back. Let's look back at World War I. Let's look back at World War II. What the heck is going on?" So, if you look at history, it took me quite a while. It was like peeling an onion to get to the point I'm at now. At one point, I didn't even know what a Zionist was. It could have been a pair of shoes. Would you get a nice pair of Zionist shoes? Yeah. But I know I'm joking around, but that's how much I knew about Zionism. But as you start looking into the history, as you start looking into motive, purpose, Christian Zionism, all this stuff, Masonry, Illuminati, the elite, the military-industrial complex, all of this stuff starts coming together. And you can see that you're like peeling the onion, and there's many, many layers. And one thing we shouldn't fight over these layers, because it's very hard from our perspective, from your average Joe or Jane perspective, to know fully what's going on and fully who's in control. But we could see that Israel is definitely the crown jewel of the elite, whether they're Illuminati, the Church of Rome, the Masons, the Zionists, whoever you want to call the elite. Well, the crown jewel seems to be Israel, because everything is focused on that. That's what's going on now. That's where the wars are. So you could take that at face value. You could see that for your own. And, this is something prominent, that has been prominent throughout history. I mean, look at all these people that died through these wars and everything. It's horrible. It's really horrible what's going on. But, anyway, I just wanted to give another little speech or whatever this is, and to say hello to you guys and thank you again. And, there's more videos forthcoming. And that's about it for now. And I appreciate all your nice comments again, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these. And, for now, you just please take care of yourselves, and God bless.